Okay, so this is how you're going to use the space, everything that you need to know. All right. We'll start off with the coaching log because that's probably going to be the most important thing that you'll use because it's how we track your progress. Okay. Once you get the coaching log, all you have to do is open this up. Okay. This is like Excel, etc., or Google spreadsheets. You put in your name. Okay. And then you just put in your details. All right. Let's say kilos. I'm just putting all these in here now. Whatever your height is, whatever your gender is, male, female, and then your average steps, okay, per day. You put in that information and it's going to tell you how many calories are going to be required on a daily basis, which is obviously important because we need to estimate. Now, look, I've done up these calculations. These are based off what they're a little bit aggressive, but not too crazy. Okay, so there's my calories, my daily targets. Okay, I have 1,700 calories. I have protein target, carb, fats. I want you to focus on calories and protein. Your aim is to try and hit these targets in and around these targets most days. And then you fill in the rest using carbs and fats. Some people like a little bit more fats, some people like a little bit more carbs. It is not the end of the world. It is a fat loss phase. Fat loss phase, the most important thing is calories and protein. And once we can hit that, largely speaking, every meal we're looking to have protein in it, you'll be absolutely fine. All I need for you to do is tell me roughly how many calories you're having daily, not roughly, accurately. Okay. You're going to have access to an education library where it'll show you how to track your calories using MyFitnessPal, etc. But you can fill this in daily or you can fill it in once a week. It's totally up to you. Daily, every evening, 5 minutes, job done. Or then it's once a week. It's going to take about 20 minutes or so. Okay. So you just tell me how many calories you have. And the reason why you tell me this is because it's going to tell me what our weekly average is. And I need to know what it is even at the weekends. It is vital that we try and stick to these calories even on the weekends. All right. Because it's going to tell me my average calories. Now, if your calories go up a little bit over the weekend, it's not going to matter too much. Okay. And it'll also largely depend on where our step count is at as well. Now you can see I said my minimum step count was this, and it's actually told me a new minimum step count. Now I know what my average calories are, and then you can give me your protein target if you wish. I need the calories and I need the protein target, largely speaking. Not too concerned about carbs or fats, but with MyFitnessPal, you have the ability to put these in as well. More data, the better. On top of that, I want you weighing in daily. Okay. Now, if you're not going to weigh in daily, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. But I want you to do at least 4 times per week. So you could do Monday to Friday, or you could do Tuesday to Friday. But like that, the more you weigh in, the better. Okay. Now, your weight is going to fluctuate from a day to day basis. So make sure you put it into, let's say, 2 decimal places if you can. And then I might say 75, 76. I might jump up a little bit in the weekends, come back down 75.10. So 2 decimal places or 1 decimal places, if you let me know, and it's going to give us our average weight. The reason why that's important and top of your calories and protein intake is when I'm giving you feedback on a week by week basis, I can look back and see, oh, last week we were 75, this week we're now 74. We've lost a kilo. And we can say that that's probably a kilo of body fat to some degree, especially if it's continuous throughout the course of this journey. Data is everything. And I know you're probably looking at this going, oh my God, this looks like a pain in the ass. It's not. It really isn't. It's not forever. It's a small period of time. It's just a couple of numbers you're popping in. Do the same with your step count. Okay, you might have done 11,000. You might have done 10,000. Then you might have done 10,050, right? Or whatever. And it's going to give me your average as well. Okay, so the most important thing on this in terms of data is you need to be inputting your calories. You need to be inputting your protein target. You need to be putting in your weight on a daily basis, and you need to be putting in your step count. When I'm giving you feedback, I'm going to review this. I'm going to look at this. These are the main things I'm going to look at. And if the calories, let's say, if your calories are on point, your step count's on point, and you're not losing weight, well, then I can reduce the calories a little bit more, or I can increase the step count so you can lose weight. It is very simple. Like that is it. If I feel like if you're putting in a bit more, if you're putting in the protein, carbs, fats, and you're not losing weight, and I notice that maybe your carbs are a bit higher than usual, we can make adjustments. We can make it. All right. The more data you give me, the better. So please, 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 please make sure you fill in these as best as possible. You know what I mean? You fill this in, and then you might have, I don't know, let's say you hit 200, but then this was like 30. All right. This is absolutely crucial that you give me this level of data on a week by week basis. If you want good feedback and you want to make good progress, you have to put in a little bit of work, just a small bit. It's not too much to ask for, and I really, really want you to get good results. This is the best way, okay? And I know you're probably thinking, oh, this is too much. It's not. It really isn't. Set a reminder on your phone. Every morning. You don't have to put this into the Excel sheet, right? Every morning, open up your phone. If you have Apple or Samsung, go into notes and type in your weight. Make sure you do that every morning, okay? Which leads me to my next point. When you're weighing in, it must be first thing in the morning, before you eat or drink anything, and after you use the bathroom. Make it your effort to go to the toilet, whether that's number 1 or number 2. You jump on the scales first thing in the morning before you eat or drink anything. I think I have a section on this. I'm going to give a bit more detail, all right? So make sure you do it first thing in the morning before you eat or drink anything, all right? Cool. This is absolutely vital. I cannot stress this enough. We need this. This is like our go-to week in, week out. If you're not, if you can't make the calls or whatever, this is above everything else, right? Then I want you to list like 3 things that you've done really well, and then maybe 1 thing that you may have struggled with. I'll read them, I'll have a look at the data, and I'll give you feedback. I will give you good feedback. I'll make sure you know exactly what you need to do. Your struggle is something like, oh, I'm really struggling to hit my calories. I'm hungry all the time. Don't just go like, struggle is hitting calories. Why is it a struggle to hit your calories? What's so hard about hitting your calories? Are you hungry, or are you full? Do you feel like you're eating too much? Do you feel like you're not eating enough? You need to give me context. The more context you give me, the better I can interpret it, and the easier I can give you feedback. So don't just be very vague with your feedback, please. It absolutely does my head in. Whatever your struggle is, go into detail. I'm struggling to hit my step count goal, or say hitting step count goal. What about hitting your step count goal are you struggling with? What is it that, I don't have, step count goals, busy work week, only have 10 minutes in the evening. Cool. Now I have some context. What are we going to do about that? We're going to drop your calories in a way that makes it work for you, and I'll make suggestions so you're not hungry all the time. Okay. That's what I need to do. Your struggle is going to be what you really want to improve upon, or what you think you should be improved upon. So I can give you a way of getting around that, so you can move forward next week, lose loads of body fat, and be very happy about it. All right. And be happy with your overall look, etc. It's important to give me 3 wins. Your wins could be, or things that you went well. It could be very simple, like, I went to the gym for the first time in many years. I prepped food, and for the first time, I don't know how long, I was going to get a takeaway, but instead I made myself a fake way. Wins can be absolutely anything. This is our baby. This here, between me and you, this is how we're going to get you from week 1 to week 8, making sure that you're losing body fat week in, week out. And I'll give you a 2-week reverse dieting phase, which I'll go into more detail later on. Also, as well, as you can see, the calories will adjust week in, week out. We will bring them down slightly, because as you lose weight, we need to bring the calories down. But if I feel like our progress is good, if you're still losing weight in those calories, I'll make sure the calories stay the same. Every week, I will adjust these. Okay, this is just an automated calculation that I've put into the Excel sheet. You will see refeeds. You do not need to worry about refeeds. All right. I will put in refeeds when I feel they're applicable. If you have social events coming up, etc., I'll explain that in a need to know basis. But a refeed is just an increase in calories and an increase in carbohydrates. Maybe we've, if we're doing this and we're losing weight week in, week out, maybe we need a bit of a break, or maybe you have a social event coming up. Cool, we can give you a refeed. We can increase the calories and increase the carbohydrate intake to allow you that little bit more flexibility. They're on a need to know basis though, all right? So that's how this works. I cannot stress this enough. The more data you give me, the better I can help you. The more context that you provide with your struggles and wins, the better I can give you feedback and how to improve and move forward. Please don't be vague. You've paid for this. You've obviously showed interest that you want to lose results, or get results and lose body fat. I can help you do this. I will show you how to do this week in, week out. I will give you very, very good feedback to the point without messing about, along with the support, etc. I'll adjust these on a need to know basis. If you stick to the calorie numbers, hit the protein target in thereabouts, and you do the required step count goals, I am telling you, you will lose body fat. I am 100% confident that you lose body fat. There will be points where you might start to struggle with certain food types, etc. But we'll go into that. So, that's the coaching log. That is the most important thing. All right. Next is going to be weekly progress photos. So week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Okay. And then we'll do it before and after. Now, how to take progress photos? You're going to need 3 images, front, side, and back. And you just wear gym gear. All right. Gym gear or tight clothes or whatever. Somewhere where I can see. I don't know why I can't zoom in. Somewhere where I can see, let's say, the in and around the belly area, so I can see the body fat coming down over time, or where areas we need to attack. All right. You need lighting. You need good lighting. All right. This is me when I was in prep, when I was fairly shredded. You can see front side picture, side picture, back picture. I'm standing in front of my window here. That's why it's all nice, even light, soft lighting. So try your best to get natural lighting, or just a light, like a light bulb in front of you. Don't have light behind you. You create a shadow and then we can't see what's in front. Put your camera on timer, 10-second timer, step back, front, side, and back. Very simple. That's all you need to do. You don't need to be worrying about it, all right? If you don't want to take progress pictures, don't. You're not required to take progress pictures. I'm not here to tell people to take progress pictures. If you just want to keep monitoring your weight week in, week out using the scales, that is absolutely fine. That's no problem. I'm not here to force people to do things they don't want to do. I will say though, it would be an awful shame if you got from week 1 to week 8 and lost 6 to 7 kilos and didn't have 2 pictures to show that. Now, if you're worrying like, oh, this guy's going to share it in social media, I do not share anything without consent. Nothing is shared unless there's consent. All right. So just so that you know that and you understand that. All right. If you want me to share it, cool. I'll always ask for consent. But I just say it's very good because sometimes the scales doesn't show everything and visual representations can show that. So every week I will jump in, I'll have a look at this, I'll have a look at the coaching log and I'll give you some feedback. Now, I need this coaching log and I need progress pictures uploaded once a week by Monday, 1 o'clock. No exceptions. It needs to be done Monday by 1 o'clock. All right. So I can give everyone feedback on a Tuesday and sometimes potentially Wednesday, depending on how busy I am. But I need you to do this by 1 o'clock Monday. The coaching log, anyways, for definite. Progress photos, you can upload them once a week. You can do that on a Friday and I can review them on a Monday because after a weekend, sometimes you might be holding a bit of water, etc. So that's no problem. All right. But absolutely essential that we get this data up. Set an alarm on your phone or a reminder that you do this once a week or you do it daily. It's totally up to you. Once again, I can't stress this enough. If you stick to the calories, you stick to the step count goals, and you do that week in, week out, the body fat will fall off you. Okay. I will help you with the nutrition. I'll give you some guidance and stuff. Like we have a lot of good information in terms of how to handle. So you've nutrition guidance here. You have ideas of what sort of high protein meals look like. You have recipe books for breakfast, meal prep, my recipe book. Then you have snacks. Like you have so much. And then you also have a library, like an absolute army of education that you can use. Now, I'll be sending you across videos with these as well. But like how to track calories, what's the best way of going about it? We cannot go wrong. We can't not go wrong on this. And you will do very well. I know well you do. I know well you will. God. Okay. That's how you use this space. Coaching log, extremely important. That's our main point of communication. Progress pictures to look at your progress week in, week out. It doesn't have to be done on a Monday, it can be done on a Friday. And this must be uploaded by 1 o'clock or updated by 1 o'clock on a Monday. Okay, so I can review it either Monday evening or Tuesday morning and give you feedback so then you have something to go off for the rest of the week. That is for it. Anytime you need anything, you just got to reach out to me here on this, okay? And let me know what the crack is and I will get back to you. And that's how you use this space.